program. Ladies and gentlemen, number 52, Noah Thomas. Number 55, Elijah Wilkins is a 4-year member of the program, plays defensive and offensive tackle. He is escorted by his mom, Lisa Mann, and next fall he will join the Navy. Ladies and gentlemen, number 55, Elijah Wilkins. Number 72, Tyrone Greenhouse is a 3-year member of the football program. He is escorted by his dad, Tyrone Greenhouse Sr., and sister, Akia. Tyrone plans to attend college in the fall. Ladies and gentlemen, number 72, Tyrone Greenhouse. Ladies and gentlemen, the next 6 players we announce are who have served as our captains this year. They have dedicated time and effort and energy into this football program, and it is shown in their dedication on and off the field. First up, number 3, Omara Barnum Johnson. A 3-year member of our program, plays wide receiver and defensive back while also returning kicks. Omara will be escorted by parents Nikki and Zane and his brother Nick. He plans to attend a 4-year university in the fall. Ladies and gentlemen, number 3, Omara Barnum. Number 15, Chris Reeves Williams is a 3-year member of the football program. He plays receiver and returner on punts and kicks. He is escorted by his mother, Erica Reeves Williams, and dad, Thomas. His family, Thomas Williams Jr., Brandon Williams, and Caitlin Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, number 15, Chris Reeves Williams. Chris is an all-conference receiver who will continue his playing career next fall. Number 23, Kamarja KJ Conaway is the captain and plays both running back and linebacker. He is a 2-year all-conference and all-region defensive end and nose guard. He plays baseball in the spring. He is escorted by his parents, Carl and Kimberly Conaway. KJ plans to attend college in the fall and pursue a degree in physical therapy. Ladies and gentlemen, number 23, KJ Conaway. Number 54, Kerry Young is a 3-year member of the program and plays both offensive and defensive tackle. Kerry is escorted by parents Tracy and Richard Young. Kerry plans to continue his athletic and academic career at a 4-year college in the fall. Ladies and gentlemen, number 54, Kerry Young. Number 53, Dylan Major is a 4-year member of the program, plays center and long snapper. He's escorted by his mom, Christine Major Mitchell, his dad, John Mitchell, his brother, Ron, his uncle, George Major, his aunt, Susan Robinson, his grandparents, George and Mary Major. Dylan is a returning all-district and all-conference region center, captain of the baseball team, and is a member of DECA. He will attend college in the fall and major in architecture. Ladies and gentlemen, number 53, Dylan Major. Our final senior this evening is small but mighty, number 24, A.J. Johnson. A.J. spent 4 years in the program and played running back. For 2 straight years, he was the running back, making all conference and all region. He is escorted by his mom, Betsy, and dad, Kenneth, sister, Alyssa, and grandparents, Evelyn and Edward Campbell. A.J. plans to continue playing in the fall while pursuing a criminal justice degree. A.J. is a member of DECA, the track program at Alpha Phi Kappa. Ladies and gentlemen, number 24, A.J. Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together one more time for the football seniors. Coach Sermon would like to say that he really appreciates the loyalty, hard work, and dedication they put into their respective programs. Thank you for wearing these colors with pride and dignity and playing hard every time you step on the field, course or court, to represent James Monroe High School. Your 2017 football seniors. Folks, we are just about 12 minutes away from kickoff here. When we come back, we will do the national anthem and the coin toss. And then senior night will get underway right here at Monroe Stadium.
And hello everyone, and welcome to Monroe Stadium in downtown Fredericksburg for tonight's regular season finale. It's senior night for the homestanding Yellow Jackets. We celebrate 20 seniors and all of their accomplishments. Tonight we have a little late season old rivalry game tonight between the James Monroe Yellow Jackets and the Caroline Cavaliers. I'm Herman K. alongside Bob Blackburn, bringing you tonight's game on Channel 18 and 83, Verizon Channel 41, and on the World Wide Web at www.regionalwebtv.com. And the Yellow Jackets, I think they won that toss, Bob.
They did, and chose to kick off.
And on return for the Caroline Cavaliers, nice return and good coverage by the James Monroe Yellow Jackets. A return out across the 25 to about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, they decided to send that big D out there on Caroline first, and let's see if they can jump on them right away.
Well, the Jackets had a rough outing last Friday night, Bob, as the Eastern View Cyclones blanked James Monroe 58-0 on senior night. The Yellow Jackets trying to get back to their winning ways. 1st and 10 for the Caroline Cavaliers from their 28-yard line. Quarterback. And we had a man come across the line of scrimmage for Caroline. That was number 14, Savon Pleasance. And it's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Cavaliers.
Not a good way to start. Not against that defense.
And you're looking at the Cavaliers' record, Bob, at 2-7. You expect things like this from a 2-7 team.
Yeah, and I'm looking down on the field. Size-wise, they are no match for the Jackets tonight.
Last week, JM fell behind early and could not get on track as the Cyclones dominated in all phases. Senior running back did give the Yellow Jackets 98 yards on the ground. And it's going to be a fumble in the backfield, fighting for that loose football. And I think the Cavaliers getting it back. Second mistake in a row by Caroline.
Yeah, they're going to have to come up with something here, or they're going to be going backwards, because that Jacket D, when they get inspired, they're hard to run on.
So the Yellow Jackets, they took that ball away, didn't they? No, it's going to be Caroline's ball. I'm sorry.
Somebody called timeout. It had to be Caroline, don't you suppose?
Yeah, they need to regroup, Bob.
Yeah, they
kickoff was about 2 minutes too early.
Yeah, right, okay.
Before they got ready.
Yeah.
Loss of yards on that play, setting the ball back at the 15-yard line, where it will be 2nd down and 20 facing the Cavaliers. And the Cavaliers used to be a real big rivalry between Caroline and James Monroe. No longer that way.
It's funny how things change.
Yes. Yeah. So the Yellow Jackets on defense here, 2nd and 20 yards to go for the Cavaliers. Quarterback from the pistol formation gets the snap, rolls to his right, throws a pass, and it's nearly intercepted on the far side, but a good defensive play, Bob, by one of those corners coming up to bat that ball down.
Yeah, that ought to bring up, it's a third down play, and we'll see if Caroline's going to throw it all tonight, right?
Well, if they're going to throw, this is the down to throw on. 3rd and 20 facing the Cavaliers. Could play it safe here and run a draw or a screen or something.
Right.
Let's see what's in their playbook. 3rd down, 20 yards to go for the Cavaliers at their 15-yard line. Quarterback gets the snap. That's number 7. Launches a long pass. It hangs up in the air. It's going to be picked off by James Monroe. On a return down inside the 45 to about the 41-yard line. Was that Brandon Woolridge, Bob, who got that interception?
Yeah, I tell you what, maybe if they punted, we would have gotten better field position. But as it stands now, we'll take the INT.
That's pretty much the same as a punt right there.
Yeah, and that'll have to do for now.
Yes. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at the Cavalier 41-yard line. 11-19 just getting underway here at Maury Stadium on senior night. Quarterback under center, and it's a run. A.J. Johnson. Bob, when he got about 7 yards from the line of scrimmage, he wanted to make a cut. He slipped and fell to the turf.
Yeah, for A.J., that's lethal, because I tell you what, when he makes that cut, wow, is he quick.
Interesting here with the quarterback position. We have a new quarterback in there tonight. Zach Davis did not get the start. Is that number 8? That's Jack Hardy, 6'1", 183, 10th grader. And these folks, the coaches, are high on Hardy.
Yeah, I've seen him, in a couple games, and it looks like he can handle this team.
Pitch, jet sweep around the left side. That's Zion Alston on the carry. Picked up the first down. They'll move the chain on the far side. Well, it's going to be short. I'm sorry. 3rd and about a yard to go for James Monroe. So Hardy making his debut tonight, replacing Zach Davis. And I don't think it was a quarterback controversy, Bob. They just want to have a look at this kid.
Yeah, I could have sworn I saw Zach go in the game also,
3rd and a yard to go, and Caroline coming up big on that 3rd down play. That was A.J. Johnson on the carry. He was buried in his backfield for a loss of a couple of yards. That's going to set up 4th down and about 3 yards to go for James Monroe.
So the D got a little respect on that, huh?
Yes. Caroline stepping up big defensively, denying JM that 1st down on 3rd down. So the Yellow Jackets will go for it here on 4th down, 4th, and about 3 yards to go. 9:35 to go in this first quarter. Quarterback and a handoff, 1st down and more into the secondary, down inside the 20 to about the 16. He fumbled the football. It's going to be picked up by number 55. That's Elijah Wilkins.
That's going to be enough for a Yellow Jacket.
You believe that was designed that way, Bob?
No, not really. Not really. But more on the Zach Davis thing. He lined up as a wide receiver on that play. I don't know what kind of trick play is coming up, but there's something going on here.
So you got number 9 in the football game. That's Zach Davis, 6'5", 180 junior. New quarterback, number 8, Jack Hardy. Hardy operating from the pistol, gets the snap, hands it off. Johnson puts on the Jets, looking for the goal line touchdown.
Yeah, he's something.
We'll say a 12-yard touchdown run by A.J. Johnson off tackle on the right side. Huge hole. And he looked at that goal line and stuck the football out there. And Johnson getting the 12-yard touchdown run. Yellow Jackets not fooling around tonight.
No. I think the game plan is to score early and often.
Yes. Miguel Hernandez, 6'1", 180, senior, in for the extra point. High snap, they get it down. Hernandez gets it up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 8:59 to go. Senior night here at Maury Stadium. Our score, it's James Monroe 7, Caroline nothing. Back after this timeout. Welcome back to Maury Stadium. The Yellow Jackets on the board first in this game tonight. Set to kick off to the Carolina Cavaliers. 2 deep men standing right around the 5-yard line. And Hernandez can put it into the end zone.
He has done that on almost every occasion. He really is a strong kicker.
Hernandez with a deep kick taken at the 1-yard line. Out across the 10, 15, 20. And that's where he's going to go down with a hard hit by JM's kickoff team.
It took a lot of nerve for that guy to
bring it out.
Yeah.
Coach Survey's mantra has always been game 11, Bob.
Oh, yeah. And we always seem to, well, for the last, how many years has it always been?
What, 14 years?
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So regardless of how the season plays out, the Yellow Jackets have playoff experience and grit that could give them a boost going into postseason play. That's next Friday night. Cavaliers keeping the ball on the ground. It's a scrum, and the Yellow Jackets win that. Barely getting back to the line of scrimmage, a loss of a yard, setting up a second and 11 yards to go for Caroline.
Wow, the quarterback is not hiding that ball at all. There's no intention of faking it. Just those linebackers are just teeing off on the ball carrier.
Talon Smith, 5'8", 145, junior, is the signal caller for the Cavaliers. Got 3 receivers to the near side of the field. Pro set offense. Quarterback looking, and it's going to be batted up in the air and nearly picked off. That was a decoy, Bob, with the 3 receivers, and they wanted to go, instead of coming left, they go right. And the Yellow Jackets nearly coming up with the interception.
Yeah, I mean, for all that it looked at, it looked like a screen pass over on the right side with 3 wide receivers on the left side. And if that was what it was intended to be, there were more Jackets.
And the Yellow Jackets were in the right defense on that play. Loss of a yard, setting up a third and 11 yards to go. Ball at the Cavalier 19-yard line. A direct snap to the running back. And no gain on that play. Loss of another yard, setting up a 4th down. And about 13 yards to go for the Caroline Cavaliers.
Yeah, I expect the Jackets will be coming with everything this time.
Caroline Cavaliers, Battlefield District, Class 4, Region 4B. The head coach is Antoine Yates. And the Yellow Jackets await to punt. It was a fumble. The punter fumbled the football and kicked it straight up in the air. And it takes a jam bounce. Net yardage on that punt, probably about 13 yards.
And that's being generous.
Yes. And the Yellow Jackets will have it 1st and 10 at the Caroline Cavaliers 31-yard lines. So thus far, Bob, I mean, we're still halfway through this first quarter, but all of the game has been played at Caroline's end of the field.
I know, it's bad for the grass this time of year.
And it's good for us.
Yes, it is.
Great vantage point.
Oh, yeah.
Yellow Jackets keeping it on the ground. A.J. Johnson, he's going to go 10-5 into the end zone, touchdown. There was one little stutter step, Bob, about 15 yards away from the goal line. He made a guy miss, and it was smooth sailing after that.
He's amazing.
Yes.
Okay, well, you cannot give him that step.
So Johnson, 31-yard touchdown run. Yellow Jackets up 13-0. You think in the back of their minds, Bob, they remember that thrashing last week?
Yeah, I think so, because they're saying, okay, we still got a chance to go into the playoffs, and let's do it.
Hernandez with the extra point. It's good. Timeout on the field. 7-11 to go. How about a Slurpee? 14-0 our score. We'll be back after this. Welcome back. 7:11 to go. Opening quarter, 14-0 James Monroe. They can't do a thing wrong early in this football game.
No, they seem to be hitting on all cylinders.
If that's the trend, Bob, they're going to put some, from any indication of what the score is now, they could put a lot of points on the board tonight.
Absolutely. And I'm late to the game, but 7-11 to Slurpee. Okay, thanks. Love it.
Yellow Jackets set to kick off. Hernandez booms it again. Going to be taken at the 3. 20, 25, up the middle, out across the 25 to about the 27, 28 yard line. So the Cavaliers will have it 1st and 10 at their own 28 yard line, trailing already 14-0 in this football game. They come in tonight, Bob, with a 2-7 record, and the Yellow Jackets just a little bit ahead of them, 3-6.
Okay, then. There shouldn't be so much distance. I mean, this is a level above JM's league, right?
But Caroline being in that Class 4, Region 4B, a little bit bigger schools, so
yeah.
Nice run into the secondary, out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Burst of speed coming out of that backfield for the Cavaliers. And by far the longest run from the line of scrimmage tonight by the Cavaliers.
Yeah, they're within, 5 or 6 yards of, make it a little bit more of getting into JM territory for the first time.
So the Yellow Jackets a little bit lax on the far side defensively, allowing that ball carrier to get through and pick up good yards, operating from the pistol formation. 3 wideouts. And a run again into the secondary. This kid can run. Finally brought down from behind into JM territory, down to the 37-yard line. Boy, this guy was shot out of a cannon.
He is, and we better call his name out. It's Coleman, right? Something Coleman.
We can find, is that Gavin? You got it.
Gareth.
And Gavin. Let me see which one. We'll follow the number this time.
Okay.
Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers at the JM 39-yard line. Quarterback operating from the pistol formation. That's Smith. Smith awaits the snap, calls his own number, and does not get much on that run.
No gain on the play. He was met by 4.
Talon Smith, 5'8", 145 junior.
Line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
Do you remember the 2 teams that Caroline beat this year?
Sure don't, Bob.
I don't either.
No.
Be nice to remember that, but then
I had a funny line there, but I can't.
Okay, right.
I won't.
It's too early, yeah.
Yeah, I still got my shoulder pads on.
Okay.
2nd and 10 yards to go for the Cavaliers. And that guy again breaks through. That's going to be number 1, but it's going to come back, Bob. Flag in the Caroline Cavalier backfield. That's Coleman. Gareth Coleman, 5'1", 180 senior. He's a little bigger than 5'1", isn't he? No, they've got him listed as 5'1".
Do they really? I mean, you're absolutely right. No, he is much bigger than
5'10", I think.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a misprint.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right on that.
Yeah, that should be 5'10". Penalty against the Cavaliers. That's going to bring back that outstanding run back out to the 44-yard line. 2nd down and about 14 yards to go. 2nd down and about 14 yards to go. Quarterback rolling out. Throws a pass across his body. Nice defensive play. Number 21, Shea Sproul, who has really come on this year.
Yeah, we've been calling his name a lot lately.
Doing a great job. And it's 3rd down and about 17, 18 yards to go for the Cavaliers.
I'm sorry, another throwing down coming up, I think. But go ahead.
No, you're absolutely correct. possible throwing down here for the Cavaliers at the JM 47-yard line, operating from the pistol. That's number 7, Smith, rolling to his right. Has a completion on the far side, but he's knocked out of bounds. And they will spot it at the James Monroe 39-40-yard line. Well short of picking up the first down. So 4th and 11 yards to go for the... Thank you, Richard. 4th and 11. Facing the Caroline Cavaliers. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. From the pistol, Smith, the quarterback, gets the snap. 2-step drop, fires a pass, man wide open with the reception. 20, 15, 10, 5 into the end zone. Touchdown.
Bye-bye.
That's going to be a 40-yard touchdown strike.
Into the end zone for a Caroline touchdown.
That was a surprise.
Yes.
Because that quarterback got hit just as he threw that ball.
Just as he released that football. And right on target, and a nice reception and run. Nice catch, rather. And a nice run after making that catch. And just like that, from 40 yards out, the Cavaliers strike it on the board with 4:09 to go in this opening quarter. Cavaliers going for 2 here. 2 receivers split wide to the near and far side of the field. The quarterback, pistol, handoff. He fakes a handoff and throws a pass. It's caught in the end zone for the 2-point conversion attempt. And that's Akeem Grant on the receiving end of that 2-point conversion.
Caroline coming alive here.
Yes. Well, it should be a wake-up call for the JM defense, Bob, that this Caroline team, they beat somebody.
Yeah. Two victories. And
yes. And one thing about Caroline, of course, we know they have a number of games they have to play within the Battlefield District.
Right.
But a lot of their other opponents are teams from the Richmond area. And you're talking about some pretty decent big schools down in the Richmond area.
Yeah.
So they have played some teams that I would think that are pretty good.
So maybe number 1 is for real, and the quarterback seems to be able to get the ball out there on passes. So that may be what you call a battery there.
Yes. So Caroline with the touchdown and the 2-point conversion attempt, 14-8 our score, 4:09 to go in this first quarter. On senior night, we had 20 seniors that will not be here next year.
Wow, that's a big hole in the roster, isn't it? Wow.
But Bob, we've seen some years where 28 seniors.
Yeah, well,
at 20, we're starters.
Yeah, right. There you go. Wow.
So the Yellow Jackets have been blessed with graduating a lot of seniors, but still have the ability to rebuild. That's a squib kick. It goes through the hand of 2 players. Yellow Jackets and Aiden Ryan finally falling on the football right around his 19-yard line. Stuff like that happen, Bob. I don't like that because it shows lack of concentration.
Exactly, and
you have to focus.
It's nice to score the first 2 times you have the football, but at the same time, it's not nice to get overconfident and make mistakes.
Yeah, you got over 3.5, a little less than 3.5 quarters of football left. So plenty of time in this football game, and Caroline has shown the ability that they can score. 14-8 outscore Yellow Jackets. Look at this formation. You got 5 receivers and run up the middle. That's Johnson on a carry out to the 29-yard line. That's going to be near a JM first down.
Well, I'm suspecting that JM is building up to some trick play that we haven't seen this year. Let's see.
New quarterback Jack Hardy. at the reins for the Yellow Jackets. We have seen Zach Davis in there as well. And that's going to be Conaway, I think, on the carry. Out across the 30, picking up the first down.
Running right up the middle by number 23, KJ Conaway.
There's two pretty reliable running backs there,
Yes.
Conaway and Johnson.
So they moved the chain on the far side. I want to see this kid throw the football. Jack Hardy.
Yeah.
One of the Hardy boards.
There you go, right.
First and 10, Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground, exploding through the line of scrimmage out across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Whenever you pick up at least 5 yards on first down, you're doing pretty good.
Yep.
Yellow Jackets picked up 3 on that first down play. Yellow Jackets methodical as they break huddle. Second and about 7 yards to go. Two receivers to the near side of the field. Quarterback turns, hands off, big hole into the secondary across midfield, down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. A.J. Johnson on a gallop.
I tell you what, he's had some nice runs tonight already, and we're not even done with the first quarter.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to identify that offensive line here in a minute because these guys are doing a terrific job. First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at the Caroline 44-yard line. Trips to the far side of the field. Quarterback looking, Hardy, rifle pass across the middle is deflected right into the hands of a JM player, and he will score.
What a rain of applause over
Yes, 43-yard touchdown. Well, Jack Hardy getting his first touchdown ball the hard way. We'll say 6 the hard way. A deflection, a reception, and that's Zion Alston coming up with the reception for the Yellow Jackets.
And how many yards was that? A lot of them.
I'm thinking 41 yards.
Okay.
From the new quarterback, Jack Hardy. The old tip drill. Extra point attempt. Hernandez had a stutter step. The ball got there late, and he was in his kicking motion, so he had to hold up a little bit, Bob, and still drilled it through.
Yeah, that's what you have seniors for. They know what to do when things go wrong.
21-8 James Monroe, 2:04 to go. We'll keep it right here at Morris Stadium on this senior night. Parents, guardians, grandma coming out to watch their son play for the last time here at home in a regular season game.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't want to close the season out.
Who caught that pass again?
That was Zion Alston, number 6.
Oh, number 6. Okay, gotcha.
So the Yellow Jackets on top, 21-8. Cavaliers with a nice crowd of folks coming up from Caroline. Get in the car around 3 o'clock, arrive in Fredericksburg at 3:30, do some shopping.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying it's a pretty long way to go or something.
Come to town and do some shopping too.
Yeah, why not?
A little dinner. So, well, we got Jack Hardy in the books officially now with a touchdown pass. And a booming kick into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback.
Kick into the end zone for a touchback. First and 10, Caroline.
And the Cavaliers will have it at their 20-yard line.
Let's see if the Jackets figure out some way to put a little something on the old number 1 down there. He's been ripping off some pretty good yardage.
Yes. So the Yellow excuse me, Bob. Yellow Jackets have to dig in defensively here. And they've got to deny this Caroline team don't want them to get any momentum or confidence. Quarterback operating Smith. Smith calls his own number, dived forward, and might have picked up a yard.
It's going to be wrapped up in the backfield, number 23, KJ Conway, second down.
Yeah, Conway showing up on D2. I tell you, he's a complete player.
So Smith getting back to the line of scrimmage where it will be second down and 10 yards to go. Minute 32 and counting down here in this first quarter. JM up 21-8. Smith from the pistol formation, handoff and a run up the middle. And this guy is a runner.
He makes a lot of good moves in there.
You remember a guy by the name of Andre Braxton, Bob, that used to play down at Caroline.
Oh wow, was he something?
Yes, he was.
He was a hoss.
He was a hoss.
Yeah.
Went on to play at Virginia Union University in Richmond. Had a great career there too. Played alongside R.C. Griffin down at Virginia Union.
How about that?
Yep, they were teammates.
Yeah, I remember scrimmaging them one time. Getting killed.
3rd and 5 yards to go. Quarterback looking to throw the ball, feels the heat. He's going to be sacked. Yes. Is that number 10, Lord Johnson, the senior, in on the stop. 6-footer, 205.
You know they love to get one-on-one with that quarterback in the backfield there. You know?
And we don't normally call Lord number or name, Bob. But Lord is in there. He's a senior and getting some good action.
Yep.
No. 4th down and 13 yards to go. Punter standing at his 5-yard line.
First quarter, folks.
End of 1 here at Murray Stadium as we close out the regular season tonight here at home. Our score, JM 21, Cavaliers 8. Back after this. Welcome back to Murray Stadium. I'm sorry we were just a little late getting back, Bob.
Yeah, they got that punt away while we weren't looking, right?
Yeah. So another short punt. Yellow Jackets with excellent field position again. And we talked about the JM starting offense. Quarterback Jack Hardy, sophomore. Running back number 24, A.J. Johnson. He's a senior. Fullback 23, K.J. Conaway. Tight end number 2, Brandon Woolridge, a junior. And we'll come back to more of that starting lineup coming up after this. 1st and 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets, and the Cavaliers have taken their 2nd time out of this first half. Wide receivers, number 9, Zach Davis. So Davis is listed as a starting wide receiver tonight.
How about that?
Nice, big, tall target. Other wide receiver, number 6, Zion Alston. Right tackle, Tyrone Greenhow. Right guard, number 57, Jonathan Washington Jr. Center number 50, Will Dyer. He too is a senior. Left guard number 54, Kerry Young, a senior. Left tackle number 55, Elijah Wilkins. He too is a senior. So the starting lineup for James Monroe's offensive unit tonight. First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at the Caroline 37-yard line. Pitch, run. Right side cuts it back inside. Sees daylight popping through down inside the 30, 25 to about the 24-yard line.
I have to fight the urge to go to the
That could be a 200-yard night, Bob.
Yeah, and, too much singing for me.
You sound good, Bob.
You're always too complimentary. You encourage that sort of behavior.
I think it sounded well enough to go into the studio.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
11 and a half minutes to go in this second quarter. Yellow Jackets just keep feeding AJ, and he's slipping tacklers down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now, we're talking about AJ, Bob. AJ Johnson, 5'6", 160, a senior, and plays with a heart that's half of his weight.
Absolutely. I mean, he's something.
Yes. And one thing about it, we know he's got speed to get to the outsides, but he also shows tremendous speed and strength inside.
It's amazing.
Yes. So 2nd and 5 yards to go. Quarterback, handoff again. They just keep on feeding Johnson. Johnson cuts it back, slips tackles. Did he get into the end zone? Yes.
I think he did, yes.
That's going to be a 20-yard touchdown run by A.J. Johnson.
That's his third tonight, Herman.
Yes. And they just keep feeding him, Bob.
Yeah.
Yellow Jackets making it look easy as they score against this Caroline defense. Extra point attempt here by Hernandez. The kick is up, and it's off to the left side. No good. Don't see this kid miss many.
No. And how was the snap? Was the snap good?
Well, it looked like he kind of pulled it a little bit. Snapped.
Okay.
Wasn't it?
I mean,
it wasn't that good.
Okay.
I like it when you ask the tough questions.
All right, just admit you weren't looking right. No, just teasing.
Now I got a quiz for you later. 10:42 to go in this second quarter. Our score, it's James Monroe 28, Caroline 8. Back after this. .42 to go, second quarter. Bob, do you look at this as a great tune-up for playoff action next week?
I do, and simply because the Jackets have been a confidence school all year long, and when they score first, they play well against almost everybody. And they did score first tonight, and
he had a foot into the end zone. We saw my goodness, on a return, number 14. Out to midfield, not quite to midfield, but he got pushed out of bounds on the Caroline side of the field. What a nice return.
Yeah, where does he think he's going?
Yes, I mean, we've seen
some spurts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some good players out there for the Caroline team, but having players at every key position, they just don't have, but they do have some good players.
Yeah, so they apparently in the two victories that they had, these runners carried him pretty well. I think they were relatively high-scoring games with Caroline coming down on them.
Nice return out to, that's a 47-yard return, out to the Caroline 47-yard line. Two receivers to the near side of the field, one to the far. Alongside the quarterback is a running back. Fakes the handoff, throws a pass across the middle, and it was nearly picked off. Intended for Akeem Grant. Grant unable to come up with the reception, and a JM player, Bob, could have had an interception there.
Yeah, he just couldn't believe it was coming that short, because he was at, probably about 4 yards from the nearest receiver, and yeah, he could have had a clear pick there.
So that falls incomplete, stopping the clock at 10:25 to go here in this second quarter. Second down and 10 yards to go for the Cavaliers at their 47-yard line. Two receivers to the near side of the field. Quarterback nearly fumbles the football. Number one, flag coming out. That's Coleman, Gareth Coleman on the carry. That's not Gary Coleman.
No, that's right.
Gareth.
No, that we would spot him if we saw him.
So, flag against the Cavaliers. Talking with the JM captain out there. Let's take a little stroll.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one.
Yep. And that's a holding call against the Cavaliers.
15 yards to go.
10-20. I'm sorry, Dr. Black.
I was going to say the Cavaliers made some strategic mistakes here. They might have a few more points, but they seem to make some mistakes.
Watch number 5 on the far side of the field as a receiver. Enrique Romero Baker. Quarterback handoff running right at the heart of that JM defense. Out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. That's going to set up third down and 11 yards to go for the Carolina Cavaliers.
Well, they got back what they got penalized, and back to the original line of scrimmage. Let's see what they do.
Probable passing down here for the Carolina Cavaliers, running that spread offense. West Coast offense. Third, and we'll say 10 yards to go. Ball at their 46-yard line. Quarterback Smith from the pistol looking to throw the football. Steps up, feels the pressure. He's going to be sacked. Nice defensive play. Number 34, Edward Hampton Jr.
Wow. Number 57 was in there, too. I tell you what, between the two of them, they ran him down before he even knew he was coming.
They certainly did, but that was Jonathan Washington on the stop as well. So that sack will push him back and force Carolina to punt the ball. Punter standing at his 25-yard line. You need a good snap back there. And it's a low snap. He fumbles the football. He's going to be hit and down right at the 20-yard line.
You jinxed him, Herman. They need a good snap.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. I'm just kidding.
Boy, am I glad that happened.
No, not really.
No, not really.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes.
Did kind of.
But I've watched a couple of those snaps, Bob, from the center, and they've all just made it back there. So
yeah, well,
they would do.
You had Conaway looking you in the face. you come up short too far.
You got to do something with it. First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets on that bobble snap from the center to the punter. And the Yellow Jackets with a receiver to the near side of the field. Let's see if they go in that direction. Chris Reeves-Williams, and the Yellow Jackets going to run the football. Look at the blocking outside. And a nice run. Number 6 on the carry. That's Zion Alston, 5'9", 164, senior. Boy, those wide receivers, you see them hold those blocks?
Aren't they something? You could tell that play was going to go big just from watching it develop.
So 8:24 to go in this second quarter. 27-8, James Monroe. Boy, this football game is something. I'm talking about what happened last week, what's happening tonight. That's going to be A.J. bouncing around in the backfield. Hesitated just a little bit. That hole closed up quickly. Getting up off the pile for Caroline. Number 51, Justin Williams, clogging up the hole.
Yeah, they give it A.J. a little bit wider and watch what he'll do.
So the Yellow Jackets with a 2nd and goal from the, we'll say, 2-yard line. All bunched in that backfield. 2 receivers to the near side, operating from the pistol, and that's going to be Conaway. And he was man out. He just refused to go down.
He really did. It's like,
yes, he was.
He says it's number 3, y'all. What are you doing?
He was determined, Bob, to get into that end zone. He was spun around and finally he kind of dove forward and picked up the touchdown. No, not yet. They ruled him short.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I called it a touchdown, and it's on a 3-yard line. So run the tape back, Jim. Yellow Jackets, that's going to be Johnson on the carry. And, well, they found out one thing. You can't run that left side of Caroline's line.
That's right.
Might have to come and run on the. So that's going to be 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. I don't know why I was looking at goal line as 5. You know, in 35 years, Bob, that's the first time.
And you know, here at Maury Stadium, we have to give them the thumbs up, because they make nice clear marks.
Yes, they certainly
do.
And
then if it's up to me,
no,
what?
And you're making it worse. It's so distinct and clear. Yellow Jacket, that's going to be Johnson streaking around the right side. He was hit in the backfield. He bounced off of those tacklers, took it around the right side, and scored from 2 yards out, Bob.
Another one on the board for AJ. It's 4.
That's 4 touchdowns in the first half, and we still got 6:10 to go in this first half. 6:10 remaining. Yellow Jackets with the extra point attempt here. Zach Davis, the holder for Hernandez. Hernandez high snap. Hernandez gets up the left foot kick, and it's right down Broadway. It is good. Timeout on the field. 6:10 to go in this first half. Senior night here at Maury Stadium. Our score, it's James Monroe 34, Caroline 8. Back after this. Welcome back to Maury Stadium. 6:10 remaining in this first half. 34-8, and we were just talking, Bob, with Jim, and we should have a home game next Friday night.
If they win tonight, I think that's a pretty sure thing, and they're speculating pretty hard that it would be Spotsylvania.
Really?
Yeah. The loser of the Cortland-Spotsylvania game, I think, is what they're saying.
Okay. So we could be here next Friday night against an old nemesis, Spotsylvania. Here's your kick by Hernandez, end over end, deep kick, taking that to 5, 10, 15.
Out.
And he's hit just before he falls forward out to the 20-yard line. So good coverage by the Yellow Jackets. And we got to look at, last week we refused to look at the record book.
Oh, yeah. I know.
So tonight, being that we're up a little bit, we might check, see where we are.
Well, I'm thinking this is going to be one of those two-page games, one way or the other. Okay.
6:02 to go, first half action here at Maury Stadium. Glad to have you along tonight. I'm Herman Kay alongside my good friend Bob Blackburn. Jim Chandler on video, camera.
It's the triumphant.
He does the leg work for us.
Yeah, and Thinks he knows about those machines. The only person.
That's right.
The only person in my family was Miller. He came up, and I think they carried on a conversation, and he may have understood. But I tell you one thing, it doesn't make.
I mean, all he can do is for me is tell me just plug something in.
But no, you are an experienced operator.
Well, radio is just not the same.
Okay.
Loss of 5 on the play, 3rd down and 10.
Nice defensive play by the Yellow Jackets.
What do you used to call that thing? A Marty?
Marty, yeah, was the
okay.
portable broadcast unit that was it satellite, Jim? Yeah, it was satellite.
Huh.
And we used to have one in a truck. We would go to location and put the old antenna up and
let it rip.
broadcast from pretty much anywhere. Cavaliers quarterback rolling. Smith looking. Throws it into a crowd. It's going to be, is it picked off? Yes.
Somebody jumped up there and grabbed that.
Yes, that's number 7 for the Yellow Jackets, Aiden Ryan. Ryan coming up with the interception. So the Yellow Jackets are in business again.
Yep, they're going to. Let's see, they're going for the 3/4 of the page now.
Jack Hardy, tonight's starter at quarterback, has done a pretty good job. So has the entire team.
Yeah, they've had good plays on both sides of that football tonight.
Got 2 receivers to the near side. Nobody's covering this guy in the slot right here, Bob. Look, wide open.
Yeah.
And the Yellow Jackets run the football, huge hole into the secondary.
Oh, here we go.
15, 10, 5 into the end zone, touchdown. Zion Alston, flag in the jam backfield, hold the phone, might be a holding call. So that 33-yard touchdown run by Alston is nullified by a holding call against the Yellow Jackets. Well, you can see Carolina players wiping their brow now, Bob.
Yeah.
Like, boy, are we glad they called that one. Because otherwise, Carolina's going to get blown right out of here.
Yeah, and it's. I think the bad news for Carolina is that if JM takes all their starters out, they have a pretty good crew come in.
That's right. They don't drop off much, do they?
No, indeed.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Quarterback under center, turns, hands off. Nice run. That's Johnson on the carry. And that's going to be about a 4-yard carry by A.J. Johnson. Down to the Cavalier 41-yard line.
They seem to be favoring that left side. JM does. Of course, got the wide side of the field right. Well, yeah, but not by much. So I say, we're going to give it to A.J. Let him go real wide. And
2 receivers to the far side of the field. That's Hardy, the quarterback. Hardy under center, looking to throw the ball. Rifles a nice pass, but a little bit too high for the intended receiver. That was Zion Alston. Alston has been involved in a lot of offense tonight, Bob.
Yeah, and it was the beginning of the year. I don't remember calling his number 2.
Not that much. So Alston has worked his way right into that lineup and is doing a pretty good job tonight. Number 22 coming in, Chris Carter for James Monroe, 6'1", 191. Told you that was Connie Luskowski's grandson. Chris. One of 2 brothers. Cavaliers taking a timeout. That's timeout number 3 for the Cavaliers. 3:33 to go here in this first half. Our score, James Monroe 34, Cavaliers 8. Back after this. Welcome back. 3:33 to go. First half, 34-8.
That's a good fantasy league.
And the Yellow Jackets with a third down and about 16 yards to go.
All right.
Passing down here, Bob.
Yeah, no question about that. Let's see what they do.
Zach Hardy, swing pass.
Ooh, dangerous.
Well, you know what I like about Hardy on that play, even though he did not connect? This young guy, 10th grade, you see him look downfield?
Yeah, uh-huh.
And then that was his safety valve.
Uh-huh.
He came to Johnson. So he had time to look around at his receivers and progressions.
Yeah, and that for a sophomore is outrageously good.
So he really gave me a look at who he is as a quarterback, and that time he passed the test.
What you going to do on 4th and long here?
You're going to throw it.
I think you're right. They are not punting.
Now, where? I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Fourth down, Hardy fumbles the football, and the Cavaliers will get it on downs at their 43-yard line.
44-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, they came up with some pretty good field position out of this exchange, but that doesn't usually happen. Remember, this started with a touchdown, and they came back. So.
How much does that matter as a quarterback when your quarterback and a center is used to one set of hands opposed to another set? It makes a difference, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
I remember having to switch once, and it just kind of blew my mind. It's not only how far you have to bend over; it's a lot of other things, and I don't want to get into it now.
So that's why you don't see too many 6'6" centers.
You really don't. I mean,
or a guy that's 5'1".
Yeah.
Fumble in the backfield, and the quarterback Smith falls on it.
Recovered at the 20.
Back inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. Boy, they show spurts of being a good team, and then you look at some of the mistakes they make, and you see why they're 2-7.
Yeah, what is that? I mean, they have some talent, but then they don't have maybe the mental discipline to pull off a play after play.
And the coach down at Caroline is Antoine Yates, quarterback. He's been there a couple of years, I think. Mm-hmm. Quarterback, it's going to be a screen pass. It falls short, intended for Coleman. That's Gareth Coleman. What are you talking about, Willis? I had to say it. I'm sorry.
What you talking about? Oh, man. That's not dating yourself so bad. I mean, that other person you mentioned earlier was a little hardy one. That's pushing it a little bit.
Well, you know, Bob, I'm a fan of TV Land.
Okay.
A little Gunsmoke and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And the Griffith Show.
Uh-huh.
Third down. And about 22 yards to go. Quarterback Smith steps up, going to run the ball. A lot of real estate out in front. And he breaks tackles, has the first down, and finally tripped up in JM territory. What a run by Talon Smith. 5'8", 145 junior. He made a couple of people miss too, Bob.
Yeah, and you're right about that. If they were just more consistent, they got some fast people out there.
Yes, they do. 2:23 to go in this first half. JM up 34-8, but Caroline trying to score here. 1st and 10 at the JM 40-yard line. Quarterback Smith looking, rolling to his right. Looking, fires a pass, and a nice reception. Well, that takes a man to catch him like that, Bob. Number 4, Tyler Smith, coming up with the catch. Boy, that defender got there just when that ball got there.
Yeah, I was going to say, he said, okay, you catch it, you earned it.
And I'm going to hit you.
Right.
So 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers at the James Monroe 30-yard line. Minute 53 to go in this first half. Yellow Jackets up big. Smith from the pistol formation gets the snap, drops back, and swings a pass and a catch. 25, 20, 15, 10, and knocked out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. Nice play. That was a busted screen, but it worked.
Yeah, he stayed with his blockers, and they all went ahead, and he made a nice play out of that.
Minute 35 to go, and Caroline threatening here with a 1st and goal at the James Monroe 7-yard line. One receiver split far to the left side of the field. Got one to the near and one in the slot. Smith, the quarterback from the pistol, gets the snap, hands it off to number 1 on the carry. He's going to get nothing. Coleman on the carry.
Yeah, he's not quite as effective in the blue zone down there, in the red zone. Excuse me.
Bob, I thought Caroline had used all of their timeouts.
I did too. Maybe they just.
So the Cavaliers taking a timeout here, and we'll keep it right here. Minute 13 to go. So, Bob, next week the Yellow Jackets if they hold on and win here, they'll have a 4-6 record. And could be in the playoffs next Friday.
Yeah, it's. I guess in past years that would not have earned you a spot, but when they changed the system around here, it seems like
it helped a lot of 3B teams.
Yeah, it did. I'm just interested in what who's ranked number 1? TJ?
Thomas Jefferson, Warren County, then James Monroe at number 3.
Huh.
2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. Cavaliers trying to punch it in here. Smith, the quarterback from the pistol formation, gets the snap. Handoff in the Yellow Jackets.
Nice.
Number 54, Kerry Young all over the ball carrier. Loss of a yard on that play.
Gary
So
had a rough time getting that name out, huh?
yeah, almost. Pardon me.
That's right. Wow, the Jackets have come up big here.
Yes. Kerry Young anchoring that defensive line down inside. 3rd down. From the 9-yard line and goal. And that's going to be a shovel pass to number 9. It didn't fool the Yellow Jackets. Akeem Grant, Bob, was the ball carrier.
Tyrone Greenhow on the tackle.
Greenhow in on the stop for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I tell you what, the Jackets got in their backfield 3 times there. And, okay, so they're going to run it again, Herm.
10 seconds to go. Quarterback he's looking to throw the football. He throws a pass, and it's deflected, thrown out of the end zone, falls incomplete. Stopping the clock with 3.5 seconds to go. Great defensive stand that time by the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, let's see if they can get a drive going here before halftime, right?
You know, Bob,
No, I'm just teasing.
you've got all of your scoring that you've got to talk about at halftime, but we want folks to hang around too and find out more about the playoff situation. Important 3B games being played tonight. Warren County at Skyline, Brentville at Manassas Park. Some of those games are Thomas Jefferson at John Marshall, so that's a big game.
Oh, yeah.
Yellow Jackets with a 1st and 10 at their 7-yard line. They must be a player short out there. Number 22 finally going in. It's Chris Carter. Number 50. They were 2-3 men short? No.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody running out there. Dion Carter. That's the brother of Chris. Yellow Jackets taking a knee. So we've got a lot of stuff to talk about coming up at the half. And it's halftime here at Maury Stadium on senior night. And everybody is excited because the Yellow Jackets are up 34-8. Bob will be back with Bob Blackburn with all of the highlights of the first half coming up right after this timeout. Welcome back to Maury Stadium. It's halftime on senior night. And, Bob, interesting first half for the Yellow Jackets tonight. Last week they couldn't get anything going. And tonight they're clicking on all cylinders as they put 34 points up in the first half of tonight's football game.
Yeah, and it would have been more if I hadn't had one called back. But yeah, the Jackets did particularly well in the first quarter. They scored at 8:59 on a 12-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson, one of 3 or 4 for him tonight. Point after was good. It was 7-0. Jam was back again at 7-11 on a 31-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson. That's his second. Point after was good. Made it 14-0 James Monroe. And Caroline got on the board at 4:09 with a 41-yard TD pass from Smith to Coleman. Point after for 2 was good, and that gave them 14-8 James Monroe. They scored again in the first quarter at 2:04 on a 41-yard TD pass from Hardy to Zion Alston. Point after was good. James Monroe led 21-8 after the first quarter. Jam was back early in the second quarter at 10:42 on a 20-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson. Point after was no good, and it made it 27-8. JM it was back 6-10 with a 4-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson. Point after was good and made it 34-8 here, halftime at Maury Stadium.
Thank you, Dr. Blackburn, for that wrap-up of the highlights of the first half. And the Yellow Jackets, how many touchdowns did we have? AJ with 4 touchdowns in the first half. I think it was 4. AJ Johnson.
AJ Johnson, yeah, 4 of them.
4 touchdowns in the first half of tonight's football game. Well, we're looking at Week 9 scores. It was Cortland that beat Caroline 48-0. Chancellor topped Spotsylvania 30-14. North Stafford 28, Riverbend 10. Colonia Forge topped Mountain View 37-7. Brook Point 23, Stafford 13, and that's Essex rather. Blake, Washington, and Lee 35-0. Hanover 57, Armstrong 18. Thomas Jefferson beat William Campbell rather, 62-41. Brentsville 22, Skyline 21. Culpeper beat Manassas Park 35-33. Warren County 38, and William Monroe 10. Week 10 Friday night games, Bob. What's on tap for tonight?
Yeah, we got North Stafford at Colonial Forge. That's a big game. Mountain View at Massaponax, Colonial Beach at Washington and Lee, Brook Point at Riverbend, Spotsylvania at Cortland, King George at Eastern View, and the 3B games: Warren County at Skyline, Brentsville at Manassas Park, Culpeper at William Monroe, Thomas Jefferson at John Marshall, and Armstrong at Henrico.
So that's the way things wrap up around the area tonight. And most important games to us are those 3B games. Those are games that teams rather that will be in the same region, that 3B region, along with James Monroe. Looking at the standings in 3B, Thomas Jefferson atop that region with a 6-3 record. Warren County second, 5-4. James Monroe third with a 3-6 record. Spotsylvania 4-5, Culpeper 3-6, Brentsville 2-6, Skyline 4-5, and Armstrong at 2-7. Bob, and it has to do with points, PAL ratings, because some of the teams have won more games than the Yellow Jackets, and the Yellow Jackets are ahead of them.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why if you schedule a 5 or a 6 in your schedule, you get more points, even though even if you lose. So.
Like a team like Skyline, they have a 4-5 record, but 18.3 ratings. That means they have played a lot of similar teams or lower teams and smaller schools, and thus they have not picked up the points that James Monroe has played some AAA schools as well. Stafford, Colonia Forge, So that, even though they lost, but it still helps them in the point rating. Thomas Jefferson has clinched the number 1 seed in the 3B region. With a win, James Monroe will be at least number 3. With JM win and Warren County loss, JM will be number 2. My goodness.
Okay, yeah, it's magic, isn't it?
But just as bad, if the Yellow Jackets could move to the 2nd seed, they lose tonight, they could drop all the way down to number 5.
Yeah, and that is something you don't want to do.
Are we introducing seniors, cheerleader, and others, that band members? Yeah. So Jim is all over that. They don't have numbers on them, so I don't know who they are. So we'll take a little break, and Jim will continue to bring you the beautiful pictures here at Morris Stadium. 34-8 here at halftime. James Monroe up big. We'll be back after this timeout. To Morris Stadium halftime, 34-8 our score. James Monroe High School marching band down on the field performing. And Bob, while we were away, and I think they had a visual of what was going on at the half, and a lot of seniors from the cheerleaders, the band. Anybody else that I'm missing?
I think the entire senior class is doing something, and it's all tonight.
And congratulations to the James Monroe cross country girls team for winning the region, I think, or the district or the region. I don't know, but they were winners, and they will move on. So we're sending out congratulations to the James Monroe women's girls field hockey team, and the guys finished second.
Yeah, I tell you what, every fall JM has a nice presentation of fall sports, and I understand a big season's coming up for basketball. So
basketball is right around the corner. We talked to Carlos Evans last week, and he's all ready to go, chomping at the bit.
Yeah, he's out here making sure none of the football players that play for him getting hurt tonight. But I guess they're going to have one more game anyway. But you want me to get to this halftime stat? Mm-hmm. Okay, the halftime stats courtesy of Steve Franzello and the Freelance Star. Thanks, Steve, for all this. Anyway, Caroline had, believe it or not, 6 first downs. That's more than I thought. And rushing, their leading rusher is Coleman. He had 9 carries for 40 yards. As far as passing is concerned, Smith is 5 for 11. Not bad night. 2 interceptions, 77 yards, and a TD for him. Over on the JM side, JM had 8 first downs. As far as rushing is concerned, Johnson's way out there in front of everybody. 15 carries for 133 yards and 4 touchdowns. So AJ is rolling tonight anyway. And as far as passing is concerned, young Mr. Hardy, the sophomore, 1 for 3 and no interceptions. 40 yards total and a TD for Hardy. So Jackets leading it at 34-8, and those are the halftime stats. And once again, thanks to Steve Franzello of the Freelance Star.
Certainly want to thank Steve whenever we're in the same booth,
he's
press box. He will usually pass his information along to us, and because we have said it and will continue to say, we do not do stats. And which is pretty obvious to most people.
Yeah, right. Well, that's, no, we don't do stats.
We don't do stats or windows. 34-8 our score. And a festive occasion tonight with all the seniors being recognized. James Monroe High School Marching Band performing down on the field. And I think they are award-winning too, Bob.
Oh, really? Yeah. I tell you what, they are small, but they are very precise.
Yes.
And very good instruments.
And loud. So that music you hear in the background, that's the sounds of the James Monroe High School Marching Band. So we pretty much covered everything tonight when it comes to the playoffs and possibility of playing and hosting Spotsylvania next Friday night. So it's a combination of a loss and a win by the Yellow Jackets could catapult them to number 2 in the region, and that's unbelievable.
Right. Well, take it and run. Our goal is to make it to the first week of December, right?
That's right. Band is exiting the field, and we're getting ready for second half action here at Morris Stadium. Halftime, our score, it's James Monroe 34, Caroline 8. We'll be back with the third quarter kickoff coming up after this timeout. Welcome back to Morris Stadium as we begin the second half of play. Yellow Jackets will get the football to open up this second half. And the Caroline Cavaliers, with the Yellow Jacket receiving the football, Bob, their woes continue. It's going to be a squib kick picked up by Johnson. Certainly did not want to kick to that guy.
No, it's funny. It seemed like they pulled up short for a reason, and there it comes right to 24, right?
So Johnson on a return for the Yellow Jackets, and the Carolina Cavaliers defensed it well on their kickoff team. Yellow Jacket will have it 1st and 10 from their 36-yard line. And we are happy to have you listening tonight. We're all over the place. Check us out on the World Wide Web, too. Slant pattern across the middle into the secondary. 40, 35. Warrens pulled down from behind, and the ball comes out. I don't think the ground can cause a fumble. He's going to say he was down. They're going to give the football to Caroline.
Oh, no, I don't know about that, Herman. For crying out loud.
Let's watch it again here. Wait a minute.
Oops.
There's no delay. We can watch it there. So they're going to give the ball to Caroline. Watch the pass play coming across the middle. There's your reception at the 40, 30, and he was down, Bob.
Wow.
He was down. Back to live action here. Caroline 1st and 10 at their 10-yard line. Cavaliers running back. That play was designed to go inside. Ran into a number of JM players, so he popped it back to the outside and got pulled down after about a 3-4 yard pickup on that first down run. Well, the Yellow Jackets got robbed on that play.
Yeah, that was a shame because, they opened the kickoff. They won the coin toss and wanted that thing and wanted to score, I think.
And we just watched the replay. And he was certainly down when that ball came out. 2nd down and 5 yards to go for the Carolina Cavaliers. And a run. Minimal gain on that play out to about the 19-yard line.
That would be ironic. They come to 3rd down and short, and they throw the ball, and Jackets take it and run it in. That would be,
get it back.
Yeah.
What do you call that? Karma?
Karma, right.
10 and a half minutes to go early in this 3rd quarter here at Monroe Stadium. Got a receiver split to the near side of the field. That's number 11, a quarterback from the pistol formation. Gets the snap and the call, has the 1st down out across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. Smith on the carry.
Caroline 1st down.
So the Cavaliers, they avoid a touchdown and a big play. The official that made the call was out of position. He didn't see it.
I think we've seen him down here before, haven't we?
Yes, we recognize him. Saw him at Walmart yesterday.
Should have said something.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Cavaliers at their 20-yard line. It's going to be a run around the left side. Nice defensive play by James Monroe. And that's number 34 coming up to wrap up the ball. Edward Hampton Jr. coming up to make the big play. Lost of a couple of yards. 2nd and 12 yards to go for the Cavaliers. 9:28 left in this 3rd quarter. Could be a tune-up game for the Yellow Jackets tonight. And they await the playoffs next weekend. We keep saying Friday night, but it's not official yet.
Exactly, yeah. So we'll see.
1st and 11. Facing the Carolina Cavaliers. Yellow Jackets cheating on defense. And he slips away. This guy's a good ball player. Bounce to the outside 50, 45, 40, 30. and pushed out of bounds deep in Jam territory down to the 26-yard line. Gareth Coleman on the run.
He's had some great runs tonight.
Yes, he's been a highlight reel film shot for the Carolina Cavaliers tonight.
He's waving to come out. That would be me.
He's a little breather there.
Yep.
So Coleman giving the Cavaliers a chance here, advancing the ball all the way down to the James Monroe 26-yard line. Quarterback number 7, he's been in there all night. That's Smith. Smith operating from the, calls his own number, sees a crease, cuts it inside. Nice run down to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, that was not a busted play. He was going for that hole, whatever hole turned up on that left side. Big enough to drive a truck through, wasn't it?
Nice, it was. Will Dyer checking into the JM lineup. Coming out, that's number 34, Edward Hampton Jr. So Dyer getting a shot here on defense for the Yellow Jackets. 2 receivers to the near side of the field. Smith, the quarterback, gets the snap, runs it again around the left side, cuts it back inside. Nice run down inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line.
I could have sworn he was going to go right in, but somebody came up and made a nice stop.
Bob, they found something on that right side of that JM defensive front.
Yeah, they've had 2 gaping holes over there.
And you can see the JM coordinator, defensive coordinator, is countering by putting in certain personnel, particularly on that right side. So it's 1st and goal for Carolina at the James Monroe 5-yard line. They've been here before and were denied. Smith rolling to his left, and the Yellow Jackets come up big.
I don't get what that play was, but he was definitely going, looking to his left.
That's a good point, Bob. And they had success running the ball tight in between the tackles. They go wide and they lose yards.
Exactly.
Go figure.
Yeah, it's play calling is suspect. You're absolutely right.
Yes, to say the least, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And let's see what they do. They go back to the left. Oops.
And
what was that going to be, Aaron?
I have no idea. Boy, you hit it right on the head, Bob. You're talking about play calling. Can't put that on the players.
No, indeed. And
that's coaching. So a loss of yards. They had a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and they've gone backwards steadily here.
Yes. Ball back out to the, we'll say, 18-yard line, where it will be 3rd and goal from the JM 18-yard line. Probable passing down here for Smith. Smith fumbles the snap, kicks it around, falls on it. Back to the 30-yard line.
Wow! All of a sudden, he's got stone fingers there.
I think I would walk up to my center and place my hand somewhere near his chest and say, "You got to get the ball back to me."
No kidding. Oh.
So 3 consecutive losses by the Cavaliers, pushing them back out to the JM 29-yard line. So it's 4th and goal from the JM 29-yard line. 5 minutes and 48 seconds to go in a fast-moving 3rd quarter. Carolina, 2 receivers to the near side. Quarterback Smith rolling to his right, looking to throw the ball, and it's going to be picked off by the Yellow Jackets. That's one, well, I'm not going to say it. Aiden Ryan picked that pass off, but that's when I would have let drop.
Yeah, because 4th down, they would have gotten the ball,
back up the field.
Yeah, back up the field. At least 20 yards exchange on that play.
But you can't
You can't tell a kid that.
No.
No, he wants that thing. He wants that INT beside his name.
So the Yellow Jackets coming up with the interception. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Yellow Jackets had an opportunity to score, but they are yet to score here in this third quarter. Man in motion to the far side of the field. The quarterback dropping back. Rifles a pass on the target. Nice catch. An 11-yard reception. And that's Zach Davis, Bob, coming up with the catch.
There you go. Nothing like a quarterback to know where there might be an opening.
Jack Hardy, the quarterback. Boy, this guy has a nice-looking ball, too.
Yeah,
his mechanics seem to be good. He stops and plants.
Okay, so we're going to have a quarterback controversy at the beginning of next year.
Ugly draw play by the Yellow Jackets. Number 24, A.J. Johnson on the carry. Boy, I think that's the first time he'll be marked down in the minus column.
No kidding. And, you see A.J. get in a terrible situation like that. One little juke move, but this time they nailed him.
I like the way the Yellow Jackets did this, Bob. I'm talking about Jack Hardy and Zach Davis.
Yeah.
Because Zach is still in there. He's still a part of the team. Yellow Jackets. And that's going to be Johnson. Johnson turns the corner. And he's short of picking up the first down. I've never seen so many players on the sideline scatter like I saw on that play.
Yeah, they want to run.
Must be reserves. Not usually getting hit, are they?
No. They are pretty tight on that. I thought that second line was where they couldn't stand, but there's a lot of people in there.
They're right up on there.
Yeah.
So third and about 3 yards to go. Hardy, the quarterback, under center. Gets the handoff, turns wide open hole. That's going to be Conaway, close to that first down marker. They got to give him at forward progress up near the 20, make it 34-yard line.
They're moving him.
Yes.
First down after the 34-yard line.
4:25 to go here in the third quarter.
The James Monroe track and field team in the 50-50 raffle tonight. We have found our winner.
So number 9. Zach Davis. Is Zach at quarterback now?
Let's see.
No, he's in there.
He's in there.
He's a receiver on the far side. Got number 2 to the near side. That's Brandon Woolridge. Nice, big, tall target. Quarterback looking. Screen pass and over the head of the intended receiver. You know what Jack did on that play?
What's that?
I'm not falling in love with Zach yet, but he's had a great game. He looked to his left to kind of sway the defense a little bit.
Exactly.
But he threw the ball back to the right for a screen pass. And if he had connected, it would have worked and gone for big yards. So it's those little things that he seems to do right or well. Incomplete pass, second and 10 yards to go. Ball at the 34, James Monroe 34-yard line. Some confusion, rather, in that jam backfield. You got 4 wideouts and wide open. Catch, run. Cross midfield down to the 47-yard line in Caroline territory.
Yeah, he was wide open. There's no question about that.
You know, you run your pattern, you sit down, and you wait for the ball, and it's right on target.
Right. Yeah, number 2 got himself so wide open that it was scary.
Yes, it was. So first and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at the Caroline 48-yard line. Man in motion. Boy, it was a lot. There's your jet sweep. And up the sideline he goes. Zion Austin on the carry. No flags on the play.
Did you see him? He almost turned the Jets on there.
Yeah.
They didn't quite get that step.
The leaves are falling here at Monroe Stadium.
Wow, they are. I was thinking.
Low cold front coming in. Supposed to be only, in the 50s
that's
tomorrow?
Right. You're right. That's right. And 60% chance of rain or something. Yep.
First down for the Yellow Jackets. Jack Hardy, the quarterback, under center, turns. Hands it off to A.J. A.J. bouncing to the outside, cuts it back inside. Picks up 8 yards on that run around the right side.
Yeah, I think they're wanting A.J. maybe get a couple quick scores and get in the record books there with Billy Billingsley and I think Trell Parker.
Trell Parker, that's right.
Yep.
Boy, that's 2 pretty good ball players.
No kidding.
So the Yellow Jackets on the move here. Under 3 minutes remaining in this third quarter, 34-8. It's been locked on 34 for a while. You got a receiver to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side, and a handoff. That's going to be Conway. Nice stiff arm, and he's hard to bring down. And fighting for more yards down to the 15-yard line, and they move the chain on the far side.
Yeah, the guys don't want to tackle him. They're hurting themselves trying to tackle him.
You know what I like about Conway?
What's that?
He's beginning to run the ball outside now.
Yeah, how about that? I mean, that's a complete player there.
And he's a little bit tired of mixing it up inside. He wants to bounce out with the little guys and get some big yards.
Yeah, Coach, I'm a sprinter.
So 1st and 10, James Monroe at the Caroline 15-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side of the field, 1 to the near. Brandon Woolridge, nice target at 6'2". Quarterback Hardy pitches, sweep around the right side, and Johnson cuts it inside, and a touchdown.
There is number 5.
15-yard touchdown run on the sweep around the right side by A.J. Johnson. Touchdown number 5. Dan was just a tad late on that one.
Yeah, right. Caught him sleeping.
40-8, a minute 58 to go here in the third quarter. Miguel Hernandez in for the PAT. The snap, high snap. Yellow Jackets gonna throw it, and is it caught? Yes. 2-point conversion attempt was good. It was a high snap, and that was Zach Davis getting the 2-point. See, you got to watch these guys that are holders, that are quarterbacks.
Exactly.
So the conversion attempt is good. Timeout on the field. A minute 58 to go here in this third quarter. Outscored James Monroe 42. That was 42. And Caroline 8 back after this. Welcome back to Monroe Stadium. A minute 58 to go here in this third quarter. 42-8 James Monroe. And the Yellow Jackets taking it out on the Cavaliers tonight after that big thrashing they got last Friday night from Eastern View. Hernandez with the kick. It's a line drive kick that rolls into the end zone for the touchback.
Yeah, I have to admit, this time last week was not a fun time, and
yes,
this is a treat for us to watch the Jackets roll.
It's amazing to watch football games, and all the years, Bob, that we've been doing this and watching games, we never know what's going to happen, do we?
No, absolutely. There's always
yes,
there's always something for a surprise, and
the intangibles of a football game. The bounce of the football makes all the difference. They say it's a game of inches. That's what they say.
That's what they say. Right? Tell AJ that.
Minute 58 to go in this third quarter, 42-8. James Monroe, we're getting a timeout on the field. Who took that timeout?
Looked like Caroline. They look
I
like
want to know now.
Yeah, I do too, because last time I think they got 4.
We'll be back after this. While we were away, did they run a play?
No, they just now came out. Here we go.
First and 10 for the Carolina Cavaliers. And a run and a tackle. Yellow Jackets all over the ball carrier. See if we can't pick up some of the players. Flag coming out. That was number 44, Charlie Fry, the third in on the stop for the Yellow Jackets. Number 21, Shea Sproul.
Well, it looks like a JM player over there injured.
Yeah, he seems to be in a lot of pain.
That's Conway, isn't it?
Let's see who is.
AJ Conway?
Yeah. KJ.
I got AJ and KJ. Yeah. It looks like he's
had a stinger, I guess.
Yeah, because
he's waving off.
And he helped.
10 o'clock. Yeah.
I think he's gonna go over there and.
Now the Cavaliers, Bob, are taking advantage of that injury timeout. I mean, they could be penalized for that. They had all their players on the sideline like it was a timeout, and I think. Aren't you supposed to take a knee if you have an injured player on the field?
I thought, but it looks like they're going to get away with it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, second and about 23 yards to go for the Cavaliers. A minute 43 to go here in this third quarter. 42-8 outscore. Quarterback with a pitch, dangerous pitch in the end zone. And streaking up the sideline, picked up good yardage. And pulled down out of bounds on the far side of the field. They advanced the ball out to the 15-yard line. Boy, he pitched that ball right back into the end zone.
I know. It just looked like to me, okay, another big mental error coming up. And,
I mean,
the guy made
two mistakes there.
Yeah.
One could have fumbled the football. The Yellow Jackets could have fallen on it. And the other one is that you're going to either get tackled in the end zone for safety.
All right.
But they avoid that and advance the ball where it is third down and 15 yards to go for Caroline. 51 seconds to go. Quarterback handoff up the middle. And a Yellow Jacket spun him around. That's number 1, Coleman on the carry.
He didn't grab his mask, did he?
No indication from the referee, but he spun him around, didn't he?
He sure did. It was
like a spinning top.
Yep. Caught a hold of something. Maybe it was the ear hole. Or
you
something.
ever had one of those, Bob?
Yeah,
the kind where you pump?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
AJ Johnson back deep for
I still got mine. It's real rusty.
Gotcha.
No, I don't have one. So 4th and 10 yards to go. Punter standing at his 6-yard line. A weight snap from the center. You got to watch this. And he gets it back there. Gets off a short punt. Does not get it to turn over. It's going to be down by number 15. That's Jordan Smith. Yellow Jacket will have it when we return to the fourth quarter, end of 3 here at Maury Stadium. 42-8, James Monroe. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Maury Stadium. And we just had a peep into the record book. And AJ is one away from tying Trell Parker and Billy Billingsley, the information you gave out earlier.
Okay, and so so he needs 2 tonight.
He needs two
more.
break.
Right,
yes.
2 more.
Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. And a sweep run. That's AJ on the carry. AJ weaving his way through. Picks up 7 yards on that run around the left side. It could be any run now.
Exactly. And, with him, it doesn't have to look like it's going to be a touchdown. It could be one that you wouldn't suspect.
That's right. So it doesn't matter. It could be running or receiving.
Exactly, yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. I mean, touchdown's a touchdown.
Touchdown's a touchdown. All right, here we go. 2nd and 2 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets at the Caroline 20, make it 34-yard line. That's AJ again trying to pop through. Good defense by Caroline.
Wonder how they guessed it was going to be AJ.
I think they might be keying on him for the remainder of the game.
They just might. And
keep feeding him.
Absolutely. Well, ride him once and get a wide pitch and then come back to him. Let him rest a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of like that jet sweep myself.
That was sweet, wasn't it?
Yes. 10:50 and counting down here in this 4th quarter. Yellow Jackets up 42-8. 3rd down, 2 yards to go. 2 receivers to the near side of the field. 2 running backs alongside the quarterback Hardy. Pitch, sweep around the right side. They've got the 1st down. Flag coming out, might be a face mask against the Cavaliers.
Yeah, there were no other JM players in the area, so yeah, it's going to be on Caroline for sure.
So, penalty will move the Yellow Jackets. Is that an unsportsmanlike?
Wow, I think so. So, what did he do?
I'm trying to remember what that signal means from the book.
Yeah, when they...
And I haven't looked at it this year.
Do you have one?
No. Of course
I
not.
have to be honest, I do.
If I had one, I would share it.
Yeah, well, you know what's going to happen, though. Somebody that's listened to the broadcast says, look, I'm going to give you guys, and don't lose it, okay? And read it.
So we'll get two rule books for the next game.
Yeah, no kidding.
1st and 10 for James Monroe at the Caroline 15-yard line. Quarterback looking. Has a man up crossing pattern with the reception into the end zone. Touchdown. That's going to be number 2, Brandon Woolridge. Oh, Jack Hardy with the rifle arm. Snap pattern across the middle to Woolridge. And the Yellow Jackets strike again.
They were,
I think 15 yards.
Okay,
touchdown pass
okay.
From Hardy to Woolridge. Extra point attempt here by the Yellow Jackets. There's a snap, they hold, the kick hits up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 10:08 to go in this 4th quarter. JM up 49-8, and we'll keep it right here, Bob.
Yeah, they've been doing a running clock. It seemed like the 3rd quarter went by quickly. So.
Pretty fast, didn't it?
It sure did.
So the clock is stopped now at 10:08 to go here in this 4th quarter. Boy, if we'd really get a rule book, that would kind of throw us off, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I kind of would, because it's fun to guess.
And we don't expect to be perfect with our calls, but we're close.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, it's like hand grenades and slow dancing and horseshoes. We're kind of close, Bob.
Yeah, well, that's because you have the eagle eye. I'm sitting here going,
and you have the knowledge.
no, I don't know about that.
So the Yellow Jackets set to kick off to the Carolina Cavaliers. 10:08 to go in this fourth quarter. Yellow Jackets up big by 41 points. Long kickoff taken back inside at the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Out to near the 30-yard line. So it's going to be a 25-yard return, kickoff return for the Cavaliers. They'll set up shop here at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I wonder if they got that snap business settled up here. Somebody got yelled at, I'm sure.
So the Cavaliers, uphill battle here. The Yellow Jackets certainly know how that feels.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's nice to be on the other side of that score.
Do I see jam players dancing out there in the field, Bob? I thought I did.
Well, you got to keep your legs loose, you know what I mean?
Don't want them tighten up on you, dude.
No.
First and 10 for the Cavaliers. They fumble the football, and they fall on it, loss of about 4 yards.
I have to say that was a fieldable ball. I mean, it was a low snap, but, I mean, he should have been able to
And the thing is, they keep making mistakes like this. It's going to help our man get his sixth touchdown. You know? It's supposed to be preventing this from happening.
Right. I'm just thinking, how much longer can you get away with that? I hope Carolina understands. You know, when you going to take 24 out?
That's right. So I'm sure they are quite aware. Caroline taking a timeout. One thing I'll say about the Cavaliers, they're not going to be left with any timeouts.
No. If they are, they say, can we have one more, please?
They burn them. 49-8, timeout, 9:10 to go in this fourth quarter. Welcome back. Cavaliers with a pass across the middle, wide open. And he breaks a tackle across the midfield into JM territory. Finally taken down into JM territory. A couple of missed tackles there by the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, he ran laterally there and kind of the Jackets caught up with him, but if he had turned that corner, it might have been gone.
He could have been gone. So the Yellow Jackets bending but not breaking here. First and 10 yards to go. The receiver on this side is lined up off sides. No call from the referee. Young Yellow Jackets, nice tackling. Number 76 for the Yellow Jackets. Kayshawn Nelson, 5'8", 370 in on the stop.
All right. Well, might have been the first time we've heard that name, but
Kayshawn, I mean, he ran into a wall there.
Yeah.
So second down at 10 yards to go. No gain on that play. Number 12 also was in on the play. Josh Coleman for the Yellow Jackets bar. So second and 10 for Cavaliers at the James Monroe 47-yard line. Operating from the pistol. New quarterback in there for the Cavaliers, and they keep it on the ground. And the ball came out. Yellow Jackets come up with it.
My goodness. What do they say about when it rains?
It pours.
Yeah.
That's number 23, Chris Carter. KJ Conway coming up with the reception. Recovery of the fumble. So
Jackets are going to take over possession at their own 41-yard line. 7:45 to go here in the ball game.
So first and 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. Caroline tried to put together a drive there, Bob.
Yeah, and it's funny. They'll fumble, do all this kind of stuff, and have a good play, and then fumble again.
Yes. So first and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Quarterback handoff and a nice run. Need a couple of blocks. Could not split those defenders. That's Johnson on the carry out to midfield where the Yellow Jackets about a yard shy, Bob, of picking up first down.
Yeah. Have you no shame? Number 24. Really?
Yeah. So second and a yard to go. Yellow Jackets kind of, no, I was going to say they're keeping them fresh, but they still got those starters in there. Yeah. I remember last week against Eastern View,
they kept
them in there.
Yeah, they did.
Second and a yard to go for James Monroe. Quarterback Hardy pitches, sweep, left side, and that's nice run up the sideline. He might go 20, 15, 10, 5, into the end. Touchdown!
Tied the record.
Yes, he just tied the record. That's going to be a 49-yard touchdown run by A.J. Johnson. He now joins the greats, Billy Billingsley and Trell Parker, all with 6 touchdowns.
Wow. Did you see him turn those,
yes.
those afterburners on?
Oh, he got that little arch in his back there, Bob. He was gone.
Yeah. All she wrote.
Streaking up the sideline. 55 to 8. 6:27 to go. Hernandez for the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick by Hernandez is up. And this guy is automatic. Timeout on the field, 6:27 to go. History being made tonight here at Maury Stadium. 55 to 8 our score. We'll be back after this timeout. Welcome back to Maury Stadium, 55 to 8, history-making night, Bob, and we were there.
Yeah, right. And it was fun because, I mean, he wanted that last run. He really did.
Yeah. 56 to 8 our score. James Monroe set to kick off. 25 carries for Johnson for, 240 yards? What a night.
Yeah, he's burning up that turf tonight, baby.
The Dells used to have a song called Oh, What a Night. There's your kickoff out across the 20. Runs into a host of JM players on the far side. Let's see, now last week, it was Eastern View beat James Monroe. What was that final score, Bob?
58 zip.
58 to nothing.
No.
So we need a safety.
Well, they got one on us, so.
One of my good friends just came in the press box.
Oh.
Deanna.
Hi,
Good
Deanna.
to see you, Deanna.
Get her a headset.
Get her head. We'll interview her.
Okay.
Long pass attempt and a catch. He should have caught it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hit him in a terrible place, Bob.
Yeah.
Right in the hands.
Right.
That's Deanna Griffin. What's up, cuz? So that pass was right on target. 5.5 minutes to go. Well, what impressed you the most other than AJ tonight? That's an overall effort.
Yeah. The Jackets have hit on all cylinders tonight,
Yes.
and I think they're excited about the after season here, the playoffs, and they're showing that they are not done with this season.
Yes. So they've got a lot at stake. And we once again go back to the character bar. I mean, they could have folded the tent last week. And this game meant absolutely nothing to them. But they bounced back.
Yeah.
You got a swarming defense.
Yeah, I keep thinking about that. They up by a big score, but they have that pride and say, okay, you guys got 8 points, but that was lucky to get that. All right, looks like Caroline might have gotten. No, they didn't get a penalty. I was looking at them going backwards like that, and they just walked it back. Oh, let's see. 4-minute mark, and JM's got a big lead on Caroline tonight. And there's a pass kind of down the middle and complete, and pretty reception for the Cavaliers on that one.
And enough for the first down. So they moved the chain on the far side of the field.
They're definitely going to be throwing a lot now, and I wouldn't be surprised to see if an orange and black jersey steps out in front of one of those passes. Caroline's still fighting in there, Herman. Still fighting.
So the Cavaliers, well, it's a game with keep away now, Bob.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So AJ with 6 touchdowns tonight. Are we pulling for one more?
It's
well, he's in great company now.
Yeah, he is, and it would be nice to be in the record book, but then again, it's been so long, particularly with Billy Billingsley, that it would almost be a shame, but for both he and Trell, it's been a while.
Billy was the class of 64.
I think
65.
I think it might have been 65. I mean, didn't they? They celebrated
a reunion.
Or maybe 2 years? 66, because
it was last
year that they had their reunion. So it was 66, yeah.
So it's safe for a while, Billy and Trill. First and 10 for the Cavaliers at the JM 48-yard line. Quarterback number 13 throws it in a crowd, and it's going to be deflected and knocked down. Incomplete, stopping the clock. Clock will not stop. We're on a running clock here in the second half.
Yeah, they need to run back. Surely they don't have any timeouts left. They've had about 7 this game.
They brought over 3 for the first half.
Exactly.
Seth Shannon, the quarterback for Caroline. Smith getting a rest and a handoff and a nice hole and tackle down inside. And having problems with bugs tonight, little flying bugs.
This time of the year, we're supposed to have on a ski jacket with gloves, right?
Yeah. They've changed the press box here. We got sliding glass windows. So I wonder when it gets really cold, will they bring heaters in the press box? Long pass, and he's open. And a nice diving catch. Did he make the catch? Yes.
Yeah. Wow, that was amazing.
That kid has been catching footballs all night long. We're talking about is that number 4, Tyler Smith, Only 5'3", 110-pound junior. And this kid is a player.
Yeah, that's what you call a lightweight.
Yeah.
But a heavyweight. So there's that 5-yard line again that we thought was the goal line. Yeah.
And that's because the goal line is orange.
Is orange, exactly.
Yeah, and you can't see it.
Yeah, and I looked down there and said, how does Herman miss that? He did. Because it's orange and you can't see it.
And usually, eagle eye.
Well, yeah, no kidding. I would say if anybody sees something, it's you. You are the man on that.
And Cavaliers must be taking timeout number 10. They've had more timeouts in this game than any team I've ever seen.
Yeah.
We're only kidding.
Just having a little fun.
Yep. So it's 1st and goal, Bob, for the Cavaliers at the James Monroe. What is that? 8-yard line. Quarterback. And a handoff. That's going to be number 1. He goes nowhere. Stopped in his tracks.
Yeah, that's one of the few times that he's been dropped.
Emmanuel Necro. And on the stop, Nako, 6'2", 235 junior.
Okay.
Don't you like it when you call a number and you look and you jump right at the name before you
oh, yeah.
and you mess it all up.
Only people know it is the family, right?
That's right. 30 seconds to go. Cavaliers, number 1.
He's in.
Yes, he's in. He deserves it. Coleman with it. Yeah, Coleman. That's about a 7-yard touchdown run by Coleman. And Coleman gets into the end zone. Caroline putting up double digits tonight on the scoreboard. 23 seconds remaining. So for those folks that couldn't brave the weather tonight and come out and see the ball game, you missed a record-setting night. Certainly hope you joined us on the air. Cavaliers going for 2 and a catch and into the end zone for the 2-point conversion attempt.
That's their second one tonight. Yep. How about that?
So the Cavaliers, evidently, they do not have a kicker. 23.9 seconds to go. We'll keep it right here. Yellow Jackets up 56-16. Record. Tied it. 56-16. The Yellow Jackets will up their record to 4-6. And we're going to the playoffs.
We're going to the show. Okay, now who would blame the Jackets if they put number 24 out there and he ran the
this one
back?
That would be something. Boy, the Carolina coaches will be talking about that for years to come. You remember that night we were getting beat bad and they put that boy back in there and he scored?
We'll remember that.
Yes.
But sometimes it takes a while to get even, but they don't usually forget that, particularly if they have.
Now I'm going to show you the class of Coach Survey and his coaching staff. Yellow Jackets will do what they can on this run, and probably it's going to be an onside kick by Caroline. But if the Yellow Jackets get the ball, the class will be, we will take a knee.
Yeah, let's see what.
I hope that plays through that way. So the Cavaliers overloaded to the far side of the field for this onside kick here. Has to be executed well by the kicker. It all depends on where he can place that football.
High and in that middle right there is where you want it.
Sometimes they'll kick it hard and try to bounce it off.
Oh, yeah.
And he did in a perfect catch. out of Yellow Jackets.
50-yard line, 20
And that-
seconds to go here.
Okay, so when it's first down, they don't stop it. So
Yeah, it's going to be starting the clock at the snap of the football. As we'll do some of these final scores after you wrap it up. But it's Colonia Forge leading North Stafford 34-14 in the fourth quarter.
that's significant. I think North Stafford has a great team, but then Colonial Forge has just been outstanding this year.
And one of the games we were interested in, Bob, it was Cortland leading Spotsylvania 55-3.
Ouch.
With the
Yeah.
running clock, that's not going to matter.
That's going to do it.
Jacket Crew victorious
And we'll
on senior night.
give you some final scores from around the area, as well as the final here on senior night. The Yellow Jackets up their record to 4-6 as they dominate the Caroline Cavaliers tonight by the score of 56-16. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this timeout. Welcome back to Murray Stadium. Final score, Yellow Jackets beating Caroline by the score of 56-16. And checking out area high school scoreboard, Colonia Forge leading North Stafford 34-14, 7:16 to go in the fourth quarter. Brook Point on top of Riverbend 20-14 in the fourth quarter. Mountain View 21, Massaponax rather. That's Mountain View 21, Massaponax 16, fourth quarter, 3:07 to go. James Monroe just defeated the Cavaliers here at home by the score of 56-16. Cortland 55, Spotsylvania 3 in the third quarter. Eastern View 42, King George nothing in the third quarter. Culpeper 28, William Monroe 14. Orange 42, Powhatan 21. Louisa 47, Fluvanna 6 at the half. And it's no score between Colonia Beach and Washington and Lee. That game, we got a first quarter score, so they are probably a little bit late getting that score in. So here's Bob Blackburn with the highlights, record-setting highlights of tonight's football game.
Yeah, the Jackets got it early and often in the first quarter there at 8:59. They got their first score on a 12-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson, his first of 6. Point after is good, 7-0 James Monroe. James Monroe back at 7-11. And we were talking about a Slurpee then, but anyway, it was a 31-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson. Point after good, 14-0 Yellow Jackets. Caroline got on the board at 4:09 on a 41-yard TD pass from Smith to Coleman. Point after for the two-point conversion was good. It made it 14-8. Jackets scored one more time in the first quarter at 2:04 on a 41-yard TD pass from Hardy to Zion Alston. Point after was good. It made it James Monroe 21, Caroline 8 at the end of the first quarter. JM scored early in the second quarter at 10:42 with a 20-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson. Point after was no good on that, 27-8. Then James Monroe came back at 6:10 on a 4-yard TD run by, no kidding, A.J. Johnson.
The man.
Point after was good. Made it 34-8. JM scored the only score in the third quarter with 1:58 left. They scored on the 15-yard TD run by, A.J. Johnson.
A.J. Johnson.
Two-point conversion was good. It made it 42-8 James Monroe at the end of the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, JM scored again at 10:08 on the 15-yard pass from Hardy to Wooldridge. Point after was good there. Made it 49-8. JM came back and scored again on a 49-yard TD run by A.J. Johnson, his 6th for the night.
Who scored?
A fellow named A.J. I didn't know him before tonight, right?
Okay.
No, anyway, congratulations to A.J. He's in the record books along with some other really decent players. And the score there was 56-8. And Caroline got another tally on the board at 23-9 with a 7-yard TD run by Coleman. Point after for 2 points was good, and it made their score 16. So the Jackets won tonight 56-16, and we'll probably be back here next Friday night.
Yep. And probably hosting Spotsylvania tonight to be here to take on the Yellow Jackets. We have not heard anything differently. We are saying we're going to be here next Friday night. We don't know for sure. But, we're pretty powerful, Bob. We can call the shot. What do you think?
Right. I mean, we'll make something up again, right?
Especially for Jim. So the final score, the Yellow Jackets defeating Caroline tonight by the score of 56-16. So there is a second season, and that second season will start next weekend, hopefully next Friday night, and against the Spotsylvania Knights, and that game will be played right here at Monroe Stadium. So that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight at Monroe Stadium. For Jim Chandler, for my good friend Bob Blackburn, I'm Herman K. saying so long from Monroe Stadium. Once again, that final score, James Monroe 56, Caroline 16.